What up, guys? Xecil here. I wanted to kind of release this. I had some people actually ask me about this kind of skin that nobody really knows about. Maybe just a few that were there during Shroud's stream. So what it is, it was like a Adobe sponsored stream with New Worlds lead designer, and so they like had a few skins laid out, like pieces, like you got to vote for, like, a chest piece, and then out of 5 pieces you got to vote out of like the helm, the legs, the gloves, and then they were making a sword and everything, and it was all based on the chat. Like, it was a poll chat for Twitch. And so I just wanted to give you the information on this, guys, because I know it's really hard to find on Google right now. I mean, the only way I could find it was if going back through my browser history and just going to that stream. There's not really that much information on it, but I wanted to give you guys a little insight on this and go ahead and announce it to you guys, because it's going to be coming out. It's not going to be a purchase. It's actually going to be a drop from like in the game. I don't know how they're going to manage to do that, how they plan on doing that. I don't know the inside scoop on that, but it's gonna be a few weeks from now. And just to kind of give you guys a little peek, the colors were also voted on, and the name of it was kind of decided by the chat as well. But it's gonna be red and black. Now, this isn't gonna be like the finished product. They've said that multiple times in the video, that this is gonna, they might tweak some things. I'm sure, like they mentioned, trying to get the eyes to be red, and then maybe even like those little designs on the chest piece, like having the influence of red. But
I know this might be something a little bit too technical to do right now in this live stream, but is there a world in where some of the accents of the red come in a little differently? By that I mean, think of the guard, and maybe instead of the guard being all black, introducing some like maybe just some red on the sides and stuff. Is that something that you think could happen, or is it gonna?
I think that could happen.
I think, I mean, they gotta, at the end of the day, this is not final, and I know they gotta make it work for the game. This is the color palette that we are going with. This is the armor that we are going with. This is the sword that we are going with. So I'm curious what the final is gonna look like.
I'm gonna make all these promises, and then the artist will be like, "What are you doing? Don't do that."
I'm excited about this thing. I'm not gonna wear the helmet.
Cool.
I always rock my bald head because I look just like my character in the game. But
red handle. Can we see what a red handle looks like? I know
check
we're
this
getting
out.
close on time, but I'm curious myself.
that sword is gonna be the one I rock forever, I think, because red and black's like my favorite.
Sweet. That looks cool. I like that. What do you think, chat? I like that. I like that. I think that's sweet. That's cool. That
looks cool. The pants look cool. The gloves look cool. Chest piece.
Oh, I totally missed the little cue sheet. Sorry,
yeah,
we're running
dude,
low on time here. Chat.
Skin.
Okay.
They're gonna name it.
Let's just assume this is the final product that we got here. Right now, chat, come up with names. How are we gonna say this? Come up with names for armor, for the armor set and the swords. If you were to name these? Okay.
Okay, so
Knight.
That's okay. Crimson
people were
Knight.
naming off like Crimson Knight, the Dark Knight was one of it was something I thought of.
Crimson Knight, Red Knight.
Crimson, yeah. So, but since it's got a plague doctor, Crimson
Ooh,
Plague.
the Crimson Shroud. Sorry, I just want to include my name to it. Sorry.
I think it would have been the best if it would have been the Crimson Plague and the Crimson Blade. Okay,
Corrupted Shroud. Ooh,
that would have been cool to me. But just
suggestions so far. They're fast.
Crimson's
It's moving
a nice,
freaking fast.
I don't have the chat up.
Aggressive word.
Crimson.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Crimson
it's just
Plague.
hard to find
I
the
like that.
information.
I really like that, actually.
Plague works.
I really like the Crimson Plague.
The
What do you
Crimson
think?
Plague. I could roll with that.
I think it's good. I like it.
I mean,
as much as I want to introduce Shroud into the skin set name, I think I like the Crimson Plague. I like that.
and this is what
I'm with it.
the Crimson Blade would have been perfect. It rhymed.
Sword. Okay.
Maybe too simple, right?
Chat. That the armor set is going to be called the Crimson Plague. What is the sword called? What would you name the sword right now? That's going to be a tough one. It could just be the Crimson Blade. That's pretty simple. Make it match, you know.
Dream Eater.
I thought this was really cool, man.
Oh, there's so many ideas rolling.
They should start doing something like this on, like, you know, every
it's
few
so
months
fast.
or like every month, maybe once a month. Getting the community together
To keep it-
to help design things. That is a
Part of me wants to
great
just keep
idea.
it the same and call it the Crimson Plague and then the Crimson Blade.
Crimson Edge.
Yeah, the Crimson Edge. Okay.
I was like, I don't
I
know.
just
What do
like
you
the
guys
word
think?
Crimson, I think. Yeah, I think I like that. I like the Crimson Edge, actually. I like that. I like it. That's what we're going with, okay? The armor set, the Crimson Plague, the sword, the Crimson Edge. I think, chat, you guys did great.
I think it was cool, man.
I think
That was
you guys, you know what? I think you guys did so good. You should go over to adobe.com/students.
so.
Okay?
I think what it was, man. Like the way they did it. Okay, so like when you were voting and everything. Let's see. So, what you could pick from, were these pieces, right? So, just to give you an idea, I'm gonna give you the breakdown on this. You've already seen everything, so if you're still watching, I'm sure you want to see this. So this is what everybody was able to vote from. It was a poll, right? Now looking at it and everything, I still think that was the best piece. I just wish it would have been shorter so you could see the pants, because there's a lot of chess pieces that I like personally, but you can't see your pants because they cover them. And then that one was the voted. All right, so these are the helms to pick from. I personally wanted C, like so bad. I voted C. I was trying to get everybody to vote C as well, just because I think it would look cool. I haven't really seen something like that. We already have a Plague Doctor mask in game. I don't know what it is. I just don't like the Plague Doctor mask that much. A lot of people do, but I just don't think, you know. And it was funny because once everybody voted the Plague Doctor mask, right? And they pieced it and put it together with the armor piece, everybody was like, oh my god, what have we done? Undo, 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 undo. And there was no going back. I mean, once you voted, that was it. I mean, literally, like,
just so you being
so. Oh,
I like
oops.
The end of the.
Sorry,
It's
guys.
also-
All right.
left and right.
So these are the gloves
Hold
that
on.
you get to pick from, right?
Okay.
These are all the gloves. And looking at it from here, C looked awesome, right? It just looks awesome because you know, they just look the coolest. They have the most like cool effects and everything. But then
Really,
once you put them
Left and right.
on,
But sometimes they're. It's
he is definitely different. Just go to Photoshop right now. I don't know if this is
the end of the.
yeah. I don't know if I necessarily
see, like it looked cool. I mean, it still looks cool. Don't get me wrong, but you really don't know how the pieces look until you put them together with the armor. And everybody was like, "Oh god, this doesn't go together anymore."
myself would have chose that armor set that chat chose, but the helmet's cool. The gloves are cool.
So, and then you go over to the pants. You couldn't really see the pants.
Or D.
And everybody ended up voting E. I think C will look cool, but
It's like,
you know, again,
I don't
the
know,
colors weren't
I mean,
decided.
they're pants and they're going to be covered by the armor, but wait,
we're
wait.
going E.
It went to E. It went to E. Huh? I did not. Okay.
got these cool little side straps. It's like you chain for your wall.
The
Not
it's
thinking
up your wall. Yeah, so
Thinking about.
I mean, they ended up matching a little bit.
I think D winter.
And then the boots. So looking at it from far away, you know, B was like, oh, cool. B looks cool. It looks awesome. But then when you put them on the actual set, again, you don't know until
I think
you
D is really cool.
put them together.
because
It's got
D
like some
almost
shin guard.
it's like 2 buttons, and I asked her.
You see what I'm saying? So like it's I mean, it just, you don't know until you put it together. There's no going back, they said.
Your question. I'm like, hey, how would it look if you done
Everybody's
this?
like,
And she's
what have we
click, click,
done?
click. Done. I'm like, okay. That's easy. Chat, you guys made a very good choice with the helmet. I think the helmet's sweet, the Plague Doctor. The chest piece, I would have gone with something different, but I dig it. I dig it. The hands
Shroud's trying to be nice.
to me don't seem to match, but we talked about this earlier. You guys could be thinking about putting those gloves on a different set.
Most definitely, we'll
So
be doing that.
There's that. The pants I didn't agree with at first, but I think they go in really, really well. And I don't know how I feel about the boots. I don't know. What do you think, Charles, about the whole thing? If you just do it like me, start from top to bottom.
Yeah, top to bottom. I love the helmet. I think this is a super cool design. I like the chest piece too. I don't know if they go together. They kind of do. It's a very elegant sort of. It's got that like leaves and like.
The
trims
chest
of
piece looks
gold
nice though.
wiping through, which is kind of nice. The gloves are more aggressive feeling than these other pieces, but
Yeah.
that's not necessarily a bad thing. They're kind of sharper than some of the other elements.
I mean, that's
There's definitely
sharp.
like an elegance to some of these parts, and then the pants have a they're hard to see, but they have a nice vibe. The boots feel more utilitarian here than some of the other parts. They got these straps on them,
Mm-hmm.
almost like they've strapped like bits of bark on, sort of fashioned some boots out of that.
Oh, it does
Got a
look
little
good.
cruder
Okay.
vibe. than
I
the
never
rest of
noticed
it.
that.
Sorry, I had a question for production, just to make chat a little bit more upset. Can we really quickly see the other boots? Just for a second, could you go back to that page where the other boots were, or bring them up? I want to see what they missed out on. Okay, so that was they chose B. Those were the other boots. See, I would have chose C or D, but hey, we committed, we locked in. That's what you guys made, chat.
Yeah, sometimes
You
you,
guys
just
made
gotta
that.
you gotta live with your bad choices. Sometimes.
That's for sure.
You just gotta own it, chat. This is the skin that we're going with. There's no take backs. We're not going back. I thought about it for a second, and I was like, maybe we could go back and we could, try to ask production. Let's change up the rules. Nope, we're locked in. We are locked
was no
in.
going back.
You could go back to the full armor set so they can see it one more time. You are locked in, chat. This is gonna be the skin that's gonna be in the drops campaign.
It was really cool being a part of this.
But we're not done. We are not done. There's still more to be done.
Now check
With
this
the set
out.
that they've made, or they
These
can
are the
just say, "Screw
blades."
it." They just want to make a cool sword.
Those are the blades you got to choose from, right? Those are some pretty cool blades. Like B would have looked cool red and black. C would have looked cool. Keep the blade black and then the bone red. D I didn't think was that looks like I don't know. Just I don't like the old rusty stuff. But obviously E I think is the most gorgeous. So fast forwarding it through.
It's kind of cool.
That's the one that ended up
Gemstones.
winning. Now, of
Oh, I was
course,
gonna say, I was
chat had to be, sporadic and was not going to make things match.
Ask for production to
These are
kind
the
make something else happen. Right now, we are voting
up.
on the guard. So these polls are clickable. You don't have to type in chat. Okay, you could just click the one that you like.
everybody.
You
Everybody
don't
was
have to
typing in
spam
chat.
but I know you will continue to spam.
They
chat.
love it.
I get it. They love it. They love it. They want people to know this is what I chose.
Right.
So this is the guard.
Stop
And
picking
right
E,
now,
guys.
What would go well? I'm assuming B would match. But why match? Why do that?
And as soon as he
Of
said
all these
that,
options, they just go
everybody
with the
switched
matching
over their
set.
vote to E. I was like, Shroud, man, why, bro? Why?
I think
It's all good though.
this is ridiculous, but I would choose E. I don't know
With a
why.
skull
I
on
just
there.
like-
That'd be great.
Yeah, I just like.
And
guard.
I tell you what, man, he says it happens.
Well, now we get to see if chat's gonna choose the option that matches the sword, and they're gonna make one whole sword that. Wait, it went to E.
Yeah,
Oh,
with
I
the
gotta.
skull.
Okay, I maybe I need to stop talking. Okay, maybe I was the problem with that one. Chat.
I'm telling you, man. As soon as he said that, like,
No, like, look
hundreds
how
of
that lines
votes
up
just
on
went
there.
straight to E, and I
Almost
was
looks
like, bro. But it looks
Uh,
good. It looks good. All right.
Yeah,
So
it's not bad.
The
Yeah,
artist's a little.
pick the handle.
Like, yeah, that's gonna be the skin, but it might change here. And there.
B
That's
would
what
have looked amazing.
Give the artist a little
red and
room
black.
to tweak it to make
Telling
it
you right
actually
now.
it-
fit.
yeah. Of course. I'm saying nothing. This is not me. I'm not saying a word. I'm just looking.
Telling you, B would have
Pretty
looked
cool.
so good, red and black. You can
So
already
really,
see it now.
A
I
is
like the baseball bats when they have that
utilitarian,
wrap.
just basic handle. I kind of like C. It's got this like alabaster inlay in there.
Mm-hmm.
Charles like, oh, I can't say anything. I can't.
I'm
I can't
not
say
saying
anything.
I was about to share my thoughts. I was about to share which one I like, but I am letting the chat. This is all you, okay? I am not going to persuade you. This is all you. You choose the handle.
So then I think they started kind of following Charles's his leeway.
But
'cause
I
he's-
am leaning on one in my head. So once it's
See if you're right. Now you got to say which one you liked after they pick.
yeah, okay.
I wouldn't
So
have
they
picked that.
chose
I didn't pick
C,
that one.
which I think is a good option.
It's like,
I think it's a good option for what we have on the sword that we're making right now. I think it works, right? What do you think?
Goes together.
Chat, are you guys happy with the results right now? What do you think about the
hell
sword?
no. Everybody was like, no, undo, undo. It just, I don't know.
It works. I would have I don't know if it would have matched, but I really liked E. I liked E on the
I think he forgot what it
Had
looked
the bit
like.
of bone
Handle.
on it.
Did it? I thought it had like a I thought E had like a little like kind of like leather strap hanging.
We go
off
back
it.
to it, bro.
Wait, let's see. Oh,
You're right. It does I think
It's
that's
kinda
a little
both.
bit- can you
I think
zoom
he
in on
was
that?
thinking about B, right? Or something? Or D.
Yeah, that's the one I would have chose. That one's cool. It's a bit of both. And it's like kind of like cut in half at the bottom a little bit.
But
That's what I would
anyways,
have chose. But still, chat, regardless, you chose a good option. I think it works. I think it
and then this is that one more piece.
It is.
Yeah.
Ooh,
You're right.
Okay, except for the fact that it's not little circles. We're not going that basic. Oh, that's cool.
This one here threw me for a loop.
Can we
man.
really-
Thing
I
you
don't-
like, you hit the guy in the face with.
Well, what would you have guys picked? Like what?
I wish I had
like,
the sword right next to these pommels to see what my choice would be. Because I already forgot what the sword looks like. Is there room to put in the sword so people can see it? Okay, there's the sword. So think about the pommel looking at the sword on. That's good.
I wish they would have like
That's
lined
the
it
sword
up.
that you guys have made so far. What pommel do you think matches, chat? Remember, this is all you guys, okay? This is all you guys. This ain't me. I have no control here. Well, I could persuade you, but I'm not going to.
He does, man. He does. He really does. So like, that's why I was really appreciative that he was like,
I
okay,
like
I'm
it.
gonna
I
stop
like how
doing
we're
that.
getting different with it.
But me personally, I was thinking like B, C,
Which one do you like out of
D.
these pommels? Which one do you think matches?
But
I like D, but I don't think it matches at all.
D. No,
kind of
yeah,
matches.
D is
E-
cool for
E-
sure.
E could be sort of cap off the bone aspect on there, make it
Mhm.
fit.
he is just a weird pummel.
Yeah, I think I think to hopefully try to tie the set together, I think the option would be B, but I like E. E's my favorite here. E is my favorite. Curious which ones they're gonna
Shroud.
pick. Oh, they actually chose E. I didn't influence this decision. That was not me. Okay?
Uh-huh.
There's like
Right.
a 5 or 6 second delay. I promise you, that was not me. But I like that you guys chose that.
It just-
chat. I like
It looks funny at
I
first,
like it a lot. It's
but it
different.
grows on you.
It matches the everything but the blade, I guess.
But then
It's
Yeah,
cool.
it
I
just
think
it was weird.
that's unique. That is.
The sword looks
definitely
great
unique.
though.
I'm
Don't get
glad
me
that
wrong.
it ended up the way it did.
Mhm.
Just because.
But I mean, the colors were cool that they
I don't
could
know if
vote for.
you can freeze
But you know, we have been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for a red and black skin in New World. So, you know, as soon as that red and black came up, I mean, I'm talking, whoop, like the poll just went straight up on red and black. Easy.
in.
Could do it. Photoshop.
That's-
But then whenever it happened,
That's kind of the armor set that we're.
what it looks
we're
like in
looking
Photoshop
at
versus what
here.
it's going to
What
look
do
like
you
in
guys-
game,
just to
it's gonna
help
be
like
totally different
'cause
things.
I know
but
that's how I already forgot what the set looked like. You know, this is me trying to get a better understanding. Ooh, I like this piece by piece.
I mean,
we get
just
to see it
instantly
change.
red and black. That's what everybody's been wanting. And the straps, they
That,
look
this is
weird.
what you guys chose.
It was just like
Remember?
a lot of
Red.
adjustments being tinkered. Nobody was like, it was like, nah, take the red off of the stuff like that, keep it all black, make the eyes red. I mean, it was just really cool. Like, it was a fun experience, and I really think it was a great idea, and I feel like they should do this more often. I mean, I would love to be involved in these polls, and them constantly doing that, and be player community based, like for, I mean, I'm not understanding everything, they have their job to do, but like, maybe skins, and then like, voting on what should be like the next type of mods, or not mods, mobs. That's what I meant, mobs. Okay. I mean, just all kinds of different ideas that people can kind of vote on. I think that would really help the community. It would appease them slightly, and I'm not trying to say like that they need to appease us. I'm just saying I think it gets us more involved and excited about the game. Like, I mean, I already love the game. Don't get me wrong. I got thousands of hours in it, but I'm just saying like it just gives you that sense of like you're involved, like, and it's really cool because there's a lot of games that don't do this whatsoever, and so. But the games that you usually do things like this, in the long run, it helps them very much. So, but I mean, I love it. I thought it looked good. I'm ready for them to tinker it, make it look a lot better. So we'll just kind of see where it goes, guys. But I definitely wanted to, give you the inside scoop on this. I know a lot of people haven't even seen this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like, leave a comment, share it with everybody if you think it's really cool. And as always, if you like the content that I create, definitely leave a subscribe, or subscribe if you want to. And then I appreciate everybody's support. Thank you so much, guys. Xecil out.